missing a kid.
Yeah, we're missing a kid. It's always nice. Get way in the back.
Where's Scott?
You got the car with the kids in the car?
The kids should be there.
I had to bring Jonah in the car seat.
Where's Scott? Wait, where's Scott?
There's always room.
Oh, I want to sit.
Love you, don't they?
In the car seat now.
Where's Scott?
Like this.
Fine, we're gonna see plenty.
Where are you? We're all waiting. We're literally driving away. Where are you? I'm like, wait, we're missing one.
What's this guy? What's this guy?
Good.
This is the guy you should hit.
Too late. Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Right now. Are you 1,000%? Are you 1,000% sure you have it's with you, with us
Oh
right
yeah, I'll be
now?
careful of that.
Promise?
I can't promise anything. Like, guarantee it.
Are you
I just get working car seat.
It was
You
never
need help, Dad? You want to sit up here?
5 miles an hour on the expressway. You feel like this?
I always
If you're a
get,
city girl,
I get sick in the back seat.
that'd be my guess. That's why.
Yeah, I heard 85 miles an hour.
I'm the same way. I don't let anyone drive me.
Oh, she has some. It's a motion.
That's not your seatbelt. I'm gonna give you this one.
Oh, okay.
Did somebody bring my cell phone? Okay, it's right here. Wait, Nick, did you bring all 3 suitcases? You brought all 3 suitcases.
All set.
I know you were on the phone. Can he run back in the house and check or no?
I guess.
No. I think it's off.
He loves this car. He
It's
wants
lost.
mine.
Let's just go.
I know, but if we're missing a suitcase, that's kind of important. All of our things. Nick, did you check?
Yeah.
I did. If you did.
You ready to go?
Ready to go.
Nick, maybe next time you don't answer that phone call.
You said his name is Nick?
Yep.
That's my name.
That's your name.
Yeah.
Alright. Neck and neck.
I don't get it. Are you guys nervous that we're going to be late or something?
No.
Okay.
What's the problem?
I would have felt better if I
Then why didn't you
don't
just get out of the car and go
because you
like I
guys
did?
made it seem like I can't double check.
You could have already have looked by the time
You
you
know
asked the
what?
question.
We
No,
can
no,
go back
no.
and look right now.
Let's go back.
We're not even in a hurry.
Not now. I just felt like we
Can
were in a
you-
hurry.
We're
But
not in a hurry.
Can we
I
go
mean,
back?
I'm always in a hurry, but
Just
you,
go.
Can we go back, please?
no,
Come on.
please don't.
No.
It's already too late.
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
want
We need to
No,
go
it's
back.
not. It's not too late. It's not too late. No, it's not too late.
We need to go back.
All right. So where am I going? Right here, right?
Take a left.
So you guys live here?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay, because I thought this was an Airbnb. Okay, so you guys live here. Okay. All right.
The next door neighbor's Airbnb.
Both sides of us.
Right there, left.
So right here, left. Sorry.
Left at where?
Well, yeah,
No,
you can
back
go
here.
around the
Oh, I missed it?
It's all
Yeah, but
right.
that's all right.
No. I don't have my GPS on it because I was already at your house, so that's why I don't know where I'm going. But we'll get there.
But yeah, there's a
So
lot of
how am I
air.
supposed to get in? Is there like a...
Scott, hold on.
I think she wants to do my
Okay, so it's right here on the left, right?
Correct.
All right, so you're going in the house?
She's gonna run in and check to make
Okay.
sure that.
All right.
All right, do you have
Let me open the. Let me.
No,
you
Scott's
get-
gonna do it remotely.
Actually, so nobody back here is getting out?
No.
Oh, so you can get out yourself. Yeah.
The door's
Good.
unlocked.
Yeah.
It's called Where You Live in the
21st century.
21st century.
Where's she going? No, maybe you didn't unlock it.
open the address of lemonade.
You know why? Because I'm connected to the. I'm so.
What do you want to tell her?
Alright, somebody. Alright, Scott's gonna have to get out. I guess.
Somebody's gonna get out and open it for you. Hold on.
It's
I have to open the door for you. One
Hold
second.
on. Give her the.
Don't scream out like that.
How about the garage?
Just go out. Let her. Just go.
Yes, I guess so. How would I just do it?
Oh, on both sides, it's going to be a pretty interesting ways. It sounds good. Like to
I'm aware of that, but I guess it makes people feel less neurotic to check.
Sometimes I feel like that, but then I realize that usually it's just like
Let's get loud, sail away pie. That's what I'm saying.
I also knew that
Yay.
when someone bought it all the time, it's like
Here's Scott.
It was so many times that I thought I'd have to find a I called the lady across the street.
So much ado about nothing.
Yes.
Oh, tonight is was There's a complimentary here. Does anybody want to hear?
I actually would love
It's a complimentary.
Alright.
You guys are going on Freedom of the Seas, right?
Correct.
In Miami, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ah, it's fun. Oh, the for sale sign is taken off.
Oh, the wild robot is
Forest Care Resource.
Yeah.
Just hold away from
Feel weird not to go inside.
What?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Oh, there's going to be a nice spectacular down there, she says. It's free. The ice skating rink is like there's free. There is a nice thing in there. Oh, Scott.
What?
LGBTQ,
She's reading everything.
Wow, thank you.
Cinco de Mayo, man.
Tourist boat capsized.
Yes, yes. A tourist boat just capsized and died.
Oh, no. What? That's always happening.
No, I don't know. Yesterday we saw something with a Titanic. It's like we've been really like, I don't know what, it's like all this stuff is different signs.
I got my booster shot. Still around.
Don't have it.
Well, the patients. Is that what we hear review?
A bad review.
No, good review.
Oh, good.
I don't want to be
Hi, I'm so sorry I missed your phone call. Is this Elijah Lira's mom? I just updated the app. So sorry, I had told his teacher, but I completely forgot to do it on the app. I just updated it so he'll be gone this whole week and next Monday. Okay, thank you.
Oh, it's always a word I know. No, I've never had a word I can't.
What's wrong, Tanner? How do you do it?
I know you did.
Everything is funny. Like, never usually can't.
Oh, I know. It's a
It's a word I'd like to use right now.
Hey, Raj. Hey, no, I have passengers in the van now. I have passengers in the van now. Why? What's up? I'm booked. I can't. Thanks anyway. Bye.
Yeah, but this one's actually more the way.
You go to Miami To Fort Lauderdale.
I do this trip 8 times a day, 7 days a week.
To the actual
wow.
port?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
This is Port Miami's transponder. So Port Miami, that little chip in there, Port Miami knows where I am anywhere in South Florida. They know where this van is. Even right now, they're monitoring where this van is, even though I'm in Broward County. And when I go through the tunnel, they charge me $4.75 because of that little chip in there. Yeah.
How much is it normally?
Excuse me?
How much is it normally?
No, it's you don't pay if you're a tourist. You only pay, or an Uber. You only pay if you're a licensed shuttle driver. To drive a van and to drive people there, you got to be licensed, permitted, inspected, and all that. And that's the sticker that shows. That's the sticker that shows that I'm licensed and permitted and all that.
Oh, Oh, so
Nice.
regular drivers get in for free?
Everybody
You have
gets
to
it
pay?
for free except, hold on, Mike, hold on. Everybody gets in there for free except us.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, that's crazy.
I know, but we also make $1,000 a day, and nobody else does. So we can
But
afford
you're the
it.
go-to people for the cruise ships.
Well, most people, Mike, I'll call you back. I'm driving anyway. I can't talk on the phone. Right? So if you have more than 5 people, you can't take an Uber XL. 5 people can take an Uber XL. But if they have a lot of luggage, even 5 people can't even fit in an Uber XL with a lot of luggage.
Yeah.
So, and Uber XLs, a lot of times they don't have car seats. So, I'd say 60% of the people that go on cruise ships in Miami fly into Fort Lauderdale because it's cheaper. Fort Lauderdale's cheaper than Miami, and they need a shuttle. And if you go online and find a shuttle, all the people online are legit. Because if you advertise an illegal shuttle company online, you can still get in trouble just for advertising. You don't even have to pick the people up. They'll trace who placed that ad, they'll get a subpoena, they'll have to forward the billing information for that ad, and then code enforcement in Miami-Dade code enforcement will send you a $1,000 civil ticket and a subpoena to go in front of the code enforcement, consumer protection, blah, blah, blah. So everybody knows that because they've been trying to do it illegally for 20 years. But now, anybody tries to advertise an illegal shuttle company on Port Miami, you're going to get a $1,000 ticket. You're going to appear in front of code enforcement. You're going to be banned from the port. You'll never get a chauffeur's license. So some illegal immigrants do it because they have nothing to lose. But nowadays, this business is booming because everybody knows that there's no way you can advertise and be illegal. But if you're legal, you know, you tend to make a lot of money because you're booking 8 jobs a day. I can do 8 jobs a day.
Yeah.
You know, I do 8 jobs a day. Most people do half of that, but if you can do 8 jobs a day, yeah, you can make over $1,000 a day. Yeah.
It's because you have other drivers, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking just me. I mean, the other drivers probably
So
can't.
they are boarding in the ship at a different time?
No. Well, everybody boards the ship between 10:30 and 2:30. That's the first thing, right? 10:30 and 2:30. The embarkation time that they gave you doesn't mean anything. Nobody's going to ask you that time. Those times are given to alleviate port congestion. Because otherwise everybody would fly into Fort Lauderdale at 8:30 in the morning and go right to the port when everybody's getting off the ship. They don't want people going to the ship for embarkation when everybody's disembarking, especially your terminal, which is Terminal A, which has literally the biggest ships in the world, and it's the worst terminal.
Do you get deals on cruises?
No, I
You're in
don't.
the business?
No, I don't. I don't go on cruises. No.
Wait, why not?
No, believe it or not, on a different note, I used to work on cruise ships.
Oh, okay.
On a different note, but
Wow.
I don't go on cruises.
Oh man.
No, when I go on vacation, it's a 10-day trip. If I can afford it, to Colorado on Valentine's Day. That's my vacation. Other than that, I'm here working every day.
Oh, you
Wow.
I go snowboarding on Valentine's Day.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I stay as long as I can afford to because it's expensive.
It's so
Beaver
expensive.
Creek, I stay at Beaver Run. I stay in Breckenridge, Beaver Run, and Beaver Creek, and yeah, it's like, you know.
Awesome.
Mountains are like amazing. I haven't snowboarded though. I've heard it's like amazing.
It is amazing, and I
you
skateboarded.
went.
I skateboarded my whole life. So if you can skateboard, you can
Well, I
snowboard.
know how to snowboard, but I've never used that with New Hampshire, so I'm going to snowboard.
I went to Aspen.
Well, what's really great about Valentine's Day is it's towards the end of the season, and they haven't used the snow machines yet. So eventually they start using the snow machines. But Valentine's Day, it's a perfect weekend because it's kind of the end of the season. Pricing dropped. There's not that many people for Valentine's Day because it's mostly couples, which is not a lot of people. A lot of corporations won't do corporate functions on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a very weird weekend because people go out as couples. So a big ski and ski out resort is not crowded on Valentine's Day.
You
People
have it
don't
down
take
to a T.
Yeah, I've been doing it for 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only time I stopped is during the pandemic. I stopped for 4
What
years.
about snowboarding in New Hampshire? That's where we're from.
I never went anywhere except Hunter Mountain in New York, which is where I learned, and then I moved here, and now I go to Colorado. Yeah,
I was going to ask if you were from New York.
I am from New York. Yeah.
Where's Hunter Mountain?
Hunter Mountain is in New York, upstate New York.
Upstate.
Yeah, where all the college kids go, all the NYU kids go, or Columbia, all the kids in New York City that go to college,
Yeah.
they take ski trips. They all put their money together, they rent the bus, and they take ski trips. And I was involved with a lot of the kids that went to school in New York, because I worked in New York in an industry where a lot of those college kids interned. I was friends with them, so I did a lot of college trips with the kids from Greenwich, where I lived in the city.
Hunter what?
Hunter Mountain.
Is it near the Adirondacks?
He grew up in the Adirondacks, that's what I'm asking.
No, it's not near that.
He grew up on Lake George.
Yeah, no.
Hunter Mountain. I need a good ski mountain in the Adirondacks.
The only thing is it's icy.
Sunset.
It's icy. You know what I mean? It's nothing compared to the real deal.
Oh,
you know?
I mean, I grew up smoking.
It's icy.
I grew up.
If you fall on your butt in Hunter Mountain, you're gonna hurt your tailbone.
I grew up
It's-
skiing in New Hampshire.
Well,
so
and New Hampshire's probably the same as New York. It's probably bad. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. North Carolina,
No,
New
but I'm
Hampshire.
used to it. I'm used to it.
Yeah, I love the powder. And if you're gonna snowboard and have fun, there's no, you could sweat. I mean, you sweat when you snowboard in Valentine's Day in Breckenridge. You're breaking a sweat. The sun. You're getting a sunburn. You could take off your ski. You could take off your ski jacket and wear a ski vest and show your arms.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean it's cold, especially when you're 18,000 feet up on top of the mountain. It's cold, but it's a different type of cold. It isn't like a New Hampshire, New York cold. Like you don't get the sniffles, you don't get chapped lips, you don't get little freeze burns on your earlobes. All of that, yeah, all
What
of
about
that.
the high elevation? Do you lose?
The first day, if you're not used to it, I don't ski the first day. The first day, I don't ski because I got to get used to the altitude.
Right.
Yeah, I usually go up the mountain on the ski lift. There's a little place up there. You drink hot cocoa and hot apple cider. Hottie toddies they drink up there. And then you have a little marshmallows. Now you're used to the elevation. Then you come back down. You do a little oxygen at the hotel. And then the next day, you go from 8 o'clock in the morning to 3:30. And then you come down for dinner. And then you go to Keystone, which is the night skiing, the only night skiing in Colorado. So when you buy an Epic Pass to ski, you can go on the nights. You can go to Vail, Aspen, Breckenridge, Keystone, as long as you buy that pass. And I'm a member. I get that pass every year, and so that way you can take a break when everybody's done skiing. You can go out again at night, and you can ski at night for 2-3 hours at Keystone, which is a little more extreme. It's at night. It's a little icy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy mountain, but I'm a pretty good snowboarder. So
You have to be good.
yeah, if I'm up to it, I'll do the first day. I won't go to night skiing, and then the second day I'll do all day day skiing, and then night skiing. Yeah.
I'm so.
Skiing is great, but you know what else sucks about skiing is when you pop your skis off, you can't really walk around with those boots either. It's a very hard thing to do is spend a couple of hours in those boots. But snowboards, you kick off the snowboards, and those boots are comfortable to walk in. They're flat, they're cushiony. You know, they're really, you could spend the whole day in snowboard boots. So that's another thing. I used to ski, and I just didn't like popping off my skis and having to try to walk in those ski boots. You gotta kick those boots off too, and carry sneakers or something. Or
Is it
boots.
more difficult to snowboard? It's more difficult to snowboard, right?
It's only difficult to learn anything when you get older, obviously, right? But like I said, I skateboarded as a kid in New York, and I was a good skateboarder. So when snowboarding was invented, I tried it. I'm old, you know.
No, I remember. We're the same age, probably.
I'm old. When snowboarding was invented, I tried it. I remember trying to find a snowboard.
Snowboarding was invented.
You do? I did not know.
Google when was snowboarding
That is
invented,
so funny.
and let me know if you were able to do
That
that.
is so funny.
I remember.
But I guess that's why everybody kind of went skiing because it just got invented. I didn't
I
realize.
hear all the kids are now skiing now instead of snowboarding. They're switched.
I tried to go as an adult because I thought I'd be able to pick it up like riding a bike.
It says it was
And I couldn't.
invented in '65, but it gained popularity in the '70s and '80s.
Yeah,
Oh, 70s
and I started doing it in the '80s.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
probably when
recent that it became into the Olympics.
No, years later it came into the Olympics.
it was in the '80s.
Sean
that's what I keep
Sean
thinking of
White.
Sean.
Sean White
Yeah.
he was the best snowboarder in the world.
Yeah.
Sean White. He used to be a skateboarder, and Tony Hawk and him figured out a way to ride to ride a snowboard like a skateboard. He became the most popular snowboarder in the world, and he made it famous.
Yeah.
Then everybody started doing it, and then they accepted it in the Olympics.
Did you
and
watch him like retire? And it was so emotional.
Yeah, I watched the Olympics a lot of times. And yeah, he was the best for many years.
Yeah. He's now engaged to my favorite person.
What's up?
It became an Olympic sport in
Just some
1998.
Yeah, by 1998, I was already
Yeah.
going to Colorado
Yeah,
every week.
1998 it became Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's the first snowboard.
So it kind of
And
took like
1965, but it
Oh,
didn't
I
become
didn't know.
popular until the 80s.
And and it was popular in Europe, or it was popular in the Alps of Europe before it was popular here, because you know why? They used to use sleds to transport people, and then eventually people started using the sleds as recreation. That's how it started, really. Like even now, when you get hurt, they put you on a sled. If you get hurt up on the mountain, they put you on a sled.
Wait a minute, I think I would feel way safer going up in a sled instead of hanging my feet down in that thing.
But they don't take you with
I think I'd feel
No,
so
no,
much
no.
more
I'm
safe.
saying, it used to be like when you get hurt on the mountain,
Oh,
right?
just when you get hurt. I thought
Yeah.
you meant to bring you up.
No,
on a
no.
sled. I'm
Everybody
like, that
goes up
sounds
in a
nice.
gondola. I'm
Oh,
saying
no, that's scary.
when you get hurt, they have a sled connected to a
Oh.
snowmobile, and then you sit in the snowmobile.
Yeah.
But a lot of kids were doing that recreationally.
That's so
They were
funny.
putting sleds behind snowmobiles, and then
Yeah.
kind of like the tubing in a boat. They were doing it on that, and that gave them, I think, the idea here.
Oh, that's so
To try to stand on it, because eventually they were standing on the sled, the snowboard was pulling the sled,
Yeah.
and eventually somebody attached some boots to it.
wow.
Julie, you're talking about a chairlift, not a
A chairlift.
Chairlift, the
Oh,
gondola,
like a
yeah.
gondola. Oh, the enclosed.
No, the chairlift is not enclosed. The gondola is enclosed.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll do a gondola, not the chairlift. I don't know what it is. It's like the sky thing at Canopy.
Someone actually this year in New
I would rather
The sky ride.
I'd rather do a sky ride than do the sled. I would think a sled could hit a rock and you could fall off. I'd feel much
Oh, you're
safer
right,
on a
actually.
sky ride.
All right, I didn't think of that. You're right. A rock. Well, I hope there's no rocks. You're going down the mountain.
K-band, log out this signal stored.
You know what's funny? I'll tell you what's funny about Colorado chairlifts. The kids from Colorado all hang out underneath the chairlifts because of the people that drop stuff. So if you ski down at the same way the chairlifts are going up, so the chairlifts are going up the mountain. There's poles that you got to be careful about. They put cushions around them so you don't bang into them. So a lot of the kids they slalom down the mountain. And then people drop their sunglasses, their goggles. I mean, Oakley goggles are $140. People drop their goggles. They drop marijuana because they're allowed to smoke there, and everybody's high. So they're dropping little zippered bags of marijuana, pipes,
Well, you know they
vapes.
have a huge homeless population. It's not
Yeah.
for homeless because you have to be actually skiing on the mountain and you have to be able to afford that to
Yeah.
get into the right spot.
Yeah, so it's.
But it's the kids.
I
That's
always
so
see
funny.
when I go up the mountain. I always see the kids just hanging out there, and
Oh my
I'm wondering
God.
what are they doing over there. And I know what they're doing. They're waiting for people to drop stuff, so they'll grab it and go down the mountain. Some people drop their wallets. That you wouldn't believe. They drop their phones. They drop their iPads, iPods, whatever.
I
So
definitely believe with the phone thing, 100%.
yeah.
I'm sure that happens all the time.
Yeah, especially where some people lift up the bar too soon. There's a sign when you go up to where you exit. There's a sign that says "Lift up the bar now." Right about when people lift up the bar is when they drop stuff, because they say they got something on like their little bag over there, and all the kids, it might be about 70 feet from the top. All the kids are hanging out there, and they're all waiting for things to fall. Then those kids live there. They live in Colorado, and they spend the day on the mountain. They figure whatever it costs for the pass for the day, they definitely make that back by what they find falling down. Money, yeah. I found euros. I found a couple of euros one day going down the mountain. I saw something. I'm like, what is that? And it was a bunch of euros with a rubber band around it. And I looked at it, I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, it's euros, yeah. So I found something.
I remember dropping something, but I remember going and getting it. I remember getting
Oh,
it.
lucky.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's everybody.
That was in New Hampshire. I think it's probably. That was a long time.
Yeah, everybody. If you go skiing a lot, everyone drops something from the chairlift. Yeah, it's pretty common. Yeah.
Sure.
And there's a long line at the Lost and Found when you get down to the bottom of the. There's always a long line at the end of the day of people waiting to go see if anybody turned anything in. I mean, people drop their room keys a lot. You know, people don't know. You know how your ski outfit has zippers, and you put your stuff in there. Some people don't close the zipper, or for some reason the zippers are always the wrong way. When you have a zipper, the zipper should close down, right? Some of these zippers close up. So if it closes up, that's China. If you go to North Face, if you look at a North Face, I use North Face jackets.
Yeah.
When you have your pass, because you have a pass, they zap you. The zipper goes down, right? If the zipper goes down, it'll never open.
Yeah.
But some of the Chinese crappy scope gear, the zipper, when you want to close it, you go zip. So if it goes like that and it's closed, eventually it's going to work its way down. So I see a lot of, when you go to the lobbies of these hotels and they sell ski outfits, even on the pants, the zippers.
That's how you can tell.
Yeah, man, the zippers go up, and then I immediately know, look how stupid they are. They counterfeited someone's ski outfit, but they put the zipper the other way, the wrong way.
That's so funny.
Yeah, the zipper should always close
remember.
down. Yeah, always.
That actually happened to me.
I'm wearing pants that have a zipper on them, and the zipper.
Oh, that's
And
illegal.
the zipper is going up.
Like even a zipper on your pants, don't you think that zipper should zip down?
No, right now it's going up.
Why not? Oh, actually, it can't
I
zip
don't know.
down. No, it can't zip down. The way pants are, it
Oh
can't.
no, but this is a pocket though. This
No,
is a
yeah, but
pocket.
I'm thinking jeans. You got
Oh
it
yeah,
has
the
to.
jeans, the zipper always goes up.
No, but right, because it's impossible to do the jeans down. But when it comes to this, zipper,
Yeah.
this is very easy. You just flip it the other way, and it zips down.
The
Right?
pocket, but this pocket, it's just a pocket. It's not for your fly.
Oh my god.
So this zips down. Zips up.
Wow,
The-
look
the
at all
first-
this
But
traffic.
this isn't
Yeah.
made in America.
The
This
first
is-
year-
these pants are-
The first year that the ski lift opened after the pandemic, people were required to wear masks on the chairlift.
No.
Yeah.
Why? Because they'd be sharing it with somebody?
Yeah, and I didn't go those years. Because Colorado's got crazy laws. It's all Democrat up there, right?
Wow.
So they made everybody wear the masks in the hotel. And Beaver Run was sending me. I stay at Beaver Run. Beaver Run was sending me 40% off. Come back, 40%
Yeah,
off.
right.
And I called them up and like, what's your deal with the COVID? They said, oh, you just got to wear a mask in the hotel. But once you go outside, you couldn't take off your mask. I said, what about the ski lift? I heard you got to wear your mask on the ski. Oh, yeah, that's the ski. You got to call the ski patrol and ask them.
Yeah.
I emailed the ski patrol, and they says, until further notice, you must wear the ski mask in line and when you're in the gondola. And I said, I'm not going until they get rid of that.
Yeah.
And it took them 2 years to get rid of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I went skiing during COVID, and if you weren't, and so I went by myself actually, and so because I was by myself, they weren't letting anyone else go on the lift with me. So you know how before there's a single line and then there's the more people line?
Yeah.
Well, that single line was gone.
That
So
was
you
New
had-
Hampshire?
Yes, it was New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So you had to wait in the line with everyone else. You couldn't just sneak on if you were a single person. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you do normally.
Oh, I also skied in Buffalo, too, called Holiday Park in Buffalo. I went there once. I'll never go back there again
But
either.
what I would do is I would see people in the line without a people, and I'd say, can I go on with you? And I'd sneak on that way,
Right.
just to get over it. I'd like, let's go together, because I always like when I want to ski lift, I always like to get to know the person that's next to me on the ski lift.
Oh, do you do it? And I hate people that talk to me on the ski
Do
lift.
you?
Yeah.
Oh no!
I usually got my headphones on.
we're
I
talking
live
about
on my
time
headphones,
this.
so I don't take my headphones out of my ears. I live on them. I really only take them off when I go to sleep.
Oh, I make the
So-
people talk to me.
So I don't. No, and plus I have my headphones on. Then I have a hoodie. Then I have my goggles around my ears. So it's like you can't even. I couldn't even hear you. I couldn't even hear you if you were talking. Yeah, I got music playing. I mean, I couldn't even talk to anybody.
That's something a millennial would do. What's going
Well,
on?
I mean, you don't really talking and skiing is not really something that's simultaneous, I think. You know?
Oh wow.
I mean, I guess you take a break on the ski lift and talk, but it's not really.
My best football.
I met a lot of interesting people on the ski lifts by myself. we all talk. We talk. Of course, they don't have a choice. That is so funny.
Yeah, I have to work all year to save up enough money to do that.
So when I was younger, the only time we would go skiing is on Tuesday or Wednesday because there was buy one get one free.
Yeah,
ski
sure.
days.
Yeah.
So we would never go on the weekends, and we would only go on the buy one get one free days.
Yeah, I get every discount imaginable when I go. They give me every discount. There's nobody that can ski in Breckenridge and stay at this hotel than me. Less expensive than me. Because I've been going, I know all the deals. They email me, they call me, they pick me up, they bring me to the supermarket for free. They got a shuttle that picks you up and brings you to the supermarket back and forth every day. So yeah, I have every discount available, and it's still very expensive. It's still a very expensive trip.
You probably would not want to be in the snow so much if you lived there full time.
Like Florida, right?
No, I love Fort Lauderdale. I live in Fort Lauderdale. I love it, but I don't love the summer weather, and I'd much rather be cold than warm. I'd much rather keep warm than try to stay cool.
Yeah.
I'd rather be in a cold weather environment and wear warm clothes
Yeah, me too.
than stay in the sun, in the heat and sweat and wear t-shirts and flip-flops. I'd rather be the opposite. But you know, that's the only, to me, that's the only negative thing about Florida is the summer. The weather we're getting into right now, to me, is, and it's getting worse every year.
Yeah.
It is. It gets hotter and more humid every year. Right? It does.
It was like 72 a couple of weeks ago in New Hampshire. It's super.
I'm sure this is going to be our worst summer we ever had, because every couple of years they say it's the worst summer we ever had. It's going to be 100-degree weather for months and months and months, and humidity is going to be high, and you know, your electric bill is going to double. My electric bill doubles this time of year.
Oh yeah, well, in our driveway, I don't know if you noticed the boxes, but they were installing solar panels on it.
No, I didn't notice it. Everybody in my neighborhood are getting. Somebody just put a Tesla thing on the side of their house.
Oh, there was two of them in the driveway.
Yeah, somebody just
We
did
have two
that.
Tesla Powerwalls.
Yeah, somebody. A lot of people in my neighborhood are doing that.
Oh yeah, yeah. My neighbors diagonally behind us are doing it. The people behind us right now are doing it. I guess they're doing it before because maybe after this year they might.
No, you get an incentive. You get some kind of incentive for doing it. Yeah,
Yeah, but we don't know how long it's gonna last.
yeah.
It might not last after this next year. Well, who knows? It might be set to expire for this year or next year. It's just the solar what? Yes. But then you get 1/3 of the money back at the end of the year.
I actually switched everything to gas. I have a gas air condition. I have
You're kidding me.
it's half gas. It's half gas, half electric. I have half gas. I have a gas hot water heater and a gas cooktop and a gas dryer. So I have Tico gas. You probably have Tico too where you live.
We don't have natural gas.
Oh no?
No, it would be nice.
Because you're on an island over there. That's why.
Yeah, I would love to have
Yeah.
natural gas.
If you're in East Fort Lauderdale, we all have Tico gas. And the gas is great. It's
Alright.
cheaper, and and then when FP&L shuts off the electric for the hurricane, you still have hot water. You can still wash
I
it.
know.
You can still do your dries. Yeah.
When I used to live in Miramar, yes, and you could even hook up your grill to it, probably.
Yeah. Everybody comes to my house to take showers during the hurricane.
Wow.
And my neighbors, because my neighbors know that I have hot water. Nobody in my neighborhood has a hot water heater and a dryer. Yeah.
Why
Now,
wouldn't you take advantage of that?
I don't know. A lot of people have the traditional electric, everything electric. But as things broke, I've always, if it's able to be hooked up to my gas line, I get it hooked up to my gas
Yeah,
line.
for sure.
The only thing I'm missing now is I want to get a standby generator that hooks up to the gas line now too. So that way, if I do want to use the electric, I can just hook up the standby generator and it'll electrify my whole house. And then maybe for a month, I'll just use the standby generator, and then I don't even have to use FP&L. I am kind of contemplating that. I just kind of want to see what that bill is like, you know? I'll shut off the FP&L for a month and use the standby generator as well as the gas appliances, and then see what that bill is like, and then totally maybe get off of the FP&L and just use the standby generator and the gas appliances. I've been saying I'm going to do that for years.
I'm thinking. I mean, I hope that the FPL is cheaper.
I mean, the standby generator that I want, it's the quieter it is, the more expensive it is.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. They're all efficient, but they're noisy. And if you're going to leave it on, you don't want it. So the one I want is like $10,000, and that's quiet. It's very quiet, and you change the oil in it like once every 6 months.
Oh, I thought they were all at least $10,000.
No, the Gentech are $5,000 at Home Depot. Generac, they're $5,000. Yeah, and that's what everybody has. If you go to everybody's house, they all have the Generac, the $5,000. But the one I want is a Westinghouse, and it's a Westinghouse $10,000 one. It's quieter. There wasn't no traffic today. That's great. Oh, isn't it Cinco de Mayo today?
Yep.
Not that that's a holiday, right? It's not a holiday, is it?
No.
Maybe for Latin people it is. Maybe they don't go to work today.
Actually, yesterday when we were driving, we flew in from Boston yesterday.
Oh yeah?
And when we were driving into Boston, it was May 4th. Like, May the 4th be with you, like Star Wars.
Oh yeah, May 4th.
So there was signs, like, everywhere.
That's
like, all
funny.
the electric signs, they would do, like, drive like a Jedi, like,
Yeah,
like
that's
things
funny.
like, they had all these different things to, like, incorporate Star Wars, which I don't really know Star Wars that
That's
much, but
funny.
it was awesome.
Yeah, we have signs here, digital signs that the city was saying funny things on there,
Yeah.
and then they stopped doing it. It was on the news that it
Were
was
they saying it was
distracting people, but they would say all funny things like and I watched those signs change
Like
every now and
funny
then.
things about
And now-
driving safe, like
and now it says
buckling your seatbelt.
now it says don't text and drive
Right,
and
right.
don't be careful of motorcycles. But before, like a couple of years ago, it was all saying all funny things. If you're gonna drink and drive, let a friend call. There's something about drinking and driving.
Yeah.
So little jokes, and they don't do that anymore.
Right. At first, I didn't understand. It was talking about the dark side, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, it's May 4th.
May 4th be with you. That's funny. I didn't know that. I'm surprised you guys aren't going on Disney out of Fort Lauderdale. Here you are going over here in Miami. You have the Disney ship right near you. You got these kids.
Next time.
It is
Now,
too
on Real
expensive.
Caribbean, the kids still free. On Disney, the
Too
kids
expensive
are
for
so
the Disney, right?
But also, I've heard that people get sick of just Disney all over and over.
Well, have these kids ever been on a cruise ship?
No.
Right, so they'll never go on Disney then, because this is the year that they should have went on Disney, right? And then
Right.
next year, or 2 years, or 3 years, then they would have come to. So now, if you didn't take them on Disney now, they're never going to go on Disney now.
Maybe.
Disney World is pretty good to Disney,
No, but this ship is probably much better than. I mean, you got Mickey Mouse walking around on the ship, right? And Donald Duck, they're walking right there. Yeah, it's probably expensive. I heard it's one of the most. Virgin. It's funny. Virgin is for adults only, and Disney is for kids, and they're both the most expensive. Virgin and Disney.
Oh yeah, listen to this. I was on this. I saw a sign on the highway. It says kids free. I'm like, Virgin is kids free.
No, it's 18 and over. That's why. Yeah.
I'm like, kids go free at Virgin. Let's go on Virgin.
I don't think we're gonna see a Virgin ship today because it was there yesterday. So it does a 4 day. So it's
But
not.
I thought it meant the kids sail free on Virgin.
Yeah, that's a joke, right? Yeah.
I can't believe it. All of a sudden it was kid free.
Yeah.
we put that, we had to cancel the whole thing.
He's like, no.
So look at this. So check out this billboard right here.
Yeah.
This billboard is for Celebrity Cruise, right?
Yeah.
But Celebrity Cruise doesn't go out of Miami. It goes out of Fort Lauderdale.
Oh,
So
really?
Celebrity knows that. Celebrity is. They're trying to get people that are going to Port Miami to go out of Fort Lauderdale. Because why would they put the ad? Why would they put the ad going to Miami? All the people going this way are going to Port Miami.
Right.
Yeah, they should. That should be up north. But they're doing that because they want to generate business from people that are going to book ships in Miami.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I hear Celebrity is great, but I don't think I'd bring kids on Celebrity. It's too fancy.
It's beautiful. I love the adult.
I hear Celebrity is really nice.
Fresh food. So nice.
We could still take the kids on a Disney cruise though next year. They're only 3 and a half, so they still could go.
My kids are all boys. I think that we've been to Disney and they want to find the lizards on the side. They don't care about.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It is a girl.
The princesses.
No, it's more of a
and all
girl
that.
thing. It is.
I was
more
like,
of a
look at
girl
the
thing.
castle, but they don't. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is more of a girl thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we will definitely be taking the kids to Disney
You know,
World.
I
You know
love-
what
yeah.
I mean? We haven't taken them here yet because we figured they
Well, you know, they just opened up a train now that goes from Fort Lauderdale to Orlando, called the Bright Line.
Oh, right.
So a lot of people from Orlando now can come to Miami, and a lot of people in Miami and Fort Lauderdale can go to Orlando. Is it $80, $70? I think it's cheaper for kids. I think it's $70 for an adult and $35 for a kid.
Yeah, when you have a big car of people, it's easier just to drive.
Yeah, you're right.
But if it's just 1 or 2 of us, then we would probably
Yeah.
do the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a conference for work in Orlando by myself. I was thinking maybe I'll just take the train.
Yeah, the train actually goes to MCO, so the train goes to Orlando's airport. That's where you catch the train. So you could actually fly into Orlando, spend a day in Orlando, and then go take the train and be in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? We
Yeah.
have to do that next time. I
Yeah,
don't know if
maybe
we'd
we
go to
should-
Disney. We'd go to probably
Sounds fair.
Universal.
Yeah, maybe you could have done that. Stopped in Orlando for a few days and take the train down.
Yeah, the kids would like the train. You could sit on the train and the kids look out the window.
Well, Universal just opened up this whole new like epic adventure thing with like Mario, and I don't even know what's in there, but it sounded like it's like a whole other park.
Universal's pretty awesome. They have Volcano Bay in Universal, which is pretty great.
Oh, is that the water park? We've
Yeah,
never done that.
I've been
before.
there. It's great. I actually drove some people up there, some Asian people. $1,000. $1,000 I took. I dropped them off in Miami Beach, and they called me up in the middle of the night. Said you got to come and take us to another hotel. We're scared. Me and my family scared down over here. They were staying on Ocean Drive. They said that the whole hotel smelled of marijuana. There was loud music. People were trying to open the door in the middle of the night. I'm like, well, you're staying, around spring break
Oh my God,
on Miami
I feel
Beach.
like that happened to me too.
And then they said my kids couldn't get any
But it was
sleep.
just me and my girlfriend. Yeah.
Well, here it was
The
this
kids,
whole Asian
right.
family,
Yeah.
and they used Google Translate. It took them about 45 minutes for me to understand what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to come get them and bring them to the Marriott World Center at like 11 o'clock at night. And I had to wake up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work. And I said, I can't do that. And they said, please, sir, we'll pay you whatever you want. I said, it's going to be $1,000. And then when I went up there, I says, okay, I'm going to leave. They says, no, you need to drive us back. I'm like, when? They says, in 2 days. I wound up getting like $3,000-4,000 from them, and they paid for me to go to Volcano Bay with them. I was their translator.
You went to
We were going to restaurants. They were Google translating me, and then I was ordering for them with the waiter. I wound up making $3,000 or $4,000 in 4 days, and I went to Volcano
You
Bay.
were
which
their translator.
I never would have went to this water park, but I was with
What a
this.
story.
I was with this Japanese family for 4 days, and I gave my other drivers the work that I was supposed to do here, and I spent 4 days in Orlando with them,
That's
and they were so
crazy.
happy.
Yeah.
They were so happy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how old were their kids? Were they little?
Yeah, they
little?
were like 2-3 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. And they were hearing music. They were staying at the Colony. If you know the South Beach hotels, they were staying at the Colony Hotel
yeah.
on Ocean Drive in South
Right,
Beach.
right.
And it's a very, like spring break kind of old school Art Deco hotel.
Especially around spring break, everything transforms into like a sea of young crazy kids.
And they said there was no security in the hotel. And at
Yeah.
11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, they were
Yeah.
trying to sleep. All they did was hear music. Somebody tried to open the door.
All of a sudden, me and my friend woke up and guys that worked at the
What do you
hotel
need?
were in our room, and they were like, "Oh, we're bringing you guys towels."
So it's very, very
It was so
sketchy.
strange.
It's sketchy.
It was so sketchy.
Yeah, it's sketchy over there.
I don't know what actually happened.
Yeah, they're trying to clean it up now. They're trying to tighten up to make that not happen anymore. This
We
was
like
like this
went
was
to
like
like a football game and then
Can you turn
went
off
to
the AC
Miami.
in the back?
yeah,
Just a little bit.
yeah.
Oh, that's why he has a phone. I was wondering why Isaac was being so good back there.
We should be there in about 10 minutes.
I didn't bring.
No, we're gonna be off the grid. I don't want the kids using phones.
I brought Max's phone, the dinosaurs. I didn't bring Dan's phone.
We're gonna have so much fun doing
Yeah.
real things.
Exactly.
Yeah, but when we're sitting at the fancy restaurant,
We have extra devices.
I'm only concerned about the restaurant in the evening. That's the only one I'm concerned about.
Well, then we can do babysitting all week.
Yeah, we don't have to.
And then when we're done eating, bring them to get food.
It's anywhere from 5
You know what I mean?
to 6 or something.
We'll do babysitting so we can sit and eat in peace. And then we'll go get them, and then we'll go eat. But it's really for them to eat. And then,
They allow that?
Well, we're not. We have to
Public
pick the
transport.
kids for our meals.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's required.
wait, say that again?
You have to pick up the
You
kids
can't
for
eat
lunch.
without kids.
You have to pick up the kids for lunch. Except on the day you go to Jamaica.
So
But
it's
I
going
know,
to be
like, I know
$20
you're
a
saying
person
that.
one way. So it's $160 there and $160 back.
I know you're saying that,
Wait.
but like,
You are.
because like obviously you have to. I get it. Like you have to pick your kids up for lunch, but can you like ever eat without kids? Like that.
I don't know because you're right. Karen was saying that you can, so we're gonna find that out today.
Maybe just like odd times or something.
So we chose the 5:30 one, which is where normally the dinner time you usually
Oh,
take
the
the kids to.
time. So you did that. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
if you reserve
I'm just
the
thinking
time.
like here and there. Like it'd be nice to
Well, yeah,
have
because they do
a
like.
nice meal without.
Because when we did the last cruise, the kids during the dinner time, the kids came out and they did a show for the people.
Somebody was saying that they saw
Karen-
in the dining room the babysitters brought the kids in there and they all ate with
Yes.
the babysitters.
That's what Karen
So I
said
don't know if it
too.
was Royal Caribbean. Oh, it was Royal Caribbean. Somebody
Karen
was telling
said
me
that.
about it.
Yeah, so we'll find out.
Yeah.
And I know the day of when you're in Jamaica, you can leave the kids there for the meals because you can go to Jamaica
Nice.
by
Okay.
without.
But like you said, we'll wanna have them come out for a little bit and
But
see.
for dinner, I would love to have them gone. I'd love to have them gone I'd rather have them gone all day.
It's not bad. The whole point is to
I know.
there's-
Remember when we used to judge Karen? Like she's going on vacation and sending her kids to camp. Like I feel like we were like, oh my god, she wouldn't want to
Well, this
vacation
is
with her
different.
kids.
This is a cruise.
No, but now I'm like, I totally get why Karen would do. Like what the heck?
I know. I thought
I
she was a
didn't
monster.
I didn't know any better.
When we go on vacation, no, it's just because we're going on a cruise. Like when we go to Kennebunkport, we're not going to want to send the kids anywhere. We're happy to have them with us.
I know, but sometimes it's too much. Two we could take. Like Isaac and Elijah was good, but adding Jonah in the mix is
Jonah, you're going to have to figure out the rules.
because
He's under
Jonah's in the
3.
phase of running away like a crazy person, and then Isaac runs after him and makes it worse.
Well, it's going to be tough for Jonah because he's not going to have the babysitting as much as the other kids are. The times aren't going to be as flexible, by the way.
Because they're separate
You have to pay for Jonah.
the whole time.
Yeah, for babysitting, you have to pay for Jonah. And it won't be as many hours. And it won't, and
If
it
they're not
won't,
potty trained, they won't
and
let
it-
you do that.
and it won't be as many hours.
That's okay. I mean, he takes a naps, you know. So.
But Isaac and Elijah, and Isaac will be in the same group as Max and Taylor, which will be good.
But Elijah won't. Elijah will be separated.
Yeah, he'll be in an older group
Oh
probably.
crap! I mean, that'd be nice for
bought him something. He goes, Julie always knows what I want. That's what he said when I bought him his gift. He goes, Julie always knows what I want.
A lot of women's size jersey. It was simple with any. Like extra small.
Yeah, she gets some small stuff. She does.
That's not where you do.
Is that bridge going to solve all the traffic problems for Miami?
That's an express lane from Miami Airport to down here. They're chopping up the old highway, building they're doing a double-decker highway from Miami Airport here. And then if you look over here, these giant arches are going to be the future skyline of Miami. They're going to be lighting all these up, different colors. So in the future, in the next 4 or 5 years, you're going to see pictures of Miami, and you're going to see these giant arches, and they're all going to be lit up different colors. I think there's 8 arches or something like that.
Why? Why?
It's just decorative. It's just they spent the money just to make Miami beautiful, and they're making a public area. The highway is going to go right through it. It's going to look like it's suspended by it, and then there's going to be a big public area with an amphitheater and public park down underneath it.
This is the Frost Museum, right?
Yeah. So if you look to the right now, you can see all the cruise ships that are here today.
Oh, guys, look to the right.
And
over there.
yours is the one all the way in the front. So there's only 3 ships:
Oh my god.
Carnival, Norwegian, and Royal. And this is where Virgin is. This is sail the Virgin way. The Virgin ship usually goes this way, and then all the ships line up this way.
I think my phone hooked up with
You're so amazing.
So you've already brought people home from their cruise today.
This is the
Oh.
third. This is the 3rd time I'm going back to you today.
Wow.
Oh, I have a question. When we're disembarked, do we call you and let you know that we're all together, or what do we do?
Yeah, when you're all exiting, right about when you go to customs and you're getting ready to get your luggage and exit, you can call or text. Yeah, let us know. Where I drop you off is where I'll pick you up, or if it's not me, if it's another driver, they'll have your number.
Because we're scheduled at 11, but I think we're going to be off the ship well before
No,
11.
you'll be off the ship between 8:30 and 9:30.
Okay, yeah, so we're scheduled for 11, so we'll get picked up before 11, you think, right?
Oh, you mean you're scheduled with 11 with us?
Yeah,
Why'd you put it 11?
I didn't put 11.
I just figured we could hang out and
No, you
have
can't hang.
breakfast.
You can't hang out. They kick you off the ship, and
Wait, why? That doesn't count as a date.
once they kick you off the ship, there's nothing to do there. There's no bathrooms,
Can
there's
you-
no water, there's no nothing.
Can you change it to an earlier time?
I'll try.
Wow.
Some people
I didn't realize it'd be that early.
Some people leave it late because they like to try to walk over the bridge to downtown Miami, but you're not going to do that.
No.
But some people do that. They knapsack it over the bridge to Hard Rock and to Bayside, and then they want to be picked. Then they come back. But that I don't know. That's some people. All right, I'll look at the calendar when I drop you off, and we'll adjust
thank
it.
you
And
so
if I can't get it done at an earlier time, then I'll have to forward it to someone else. But I'll take care of it for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I thought that
Wow,
was
I'm
really
glad
good.
you
That was
asked.
my bad.
No,
thought-
I mean, how- I
was
would
like,
never
I
know
feel
the
like
time
we're
and
going
what
to
it's
be off
like.
way before 11, I said.
Yeah, 8:30, between 8:30 and 9:30.
8:30, 9:30. Wow, they make you wake up early, huh?
Well, you wake up early, and what happens is they close. They tell everybody they're going to close the breakfast at 7:30.
Oh,
You know what I mean? You want breakfast, you got to be out there at 6:30.
what?
At 7:30,
It's vacation.
breakfast is closed at 7:30.
Holy crap.
Well, the ship comes back at 5 a.m. Your vacation's over at 5 a.m. The only thing you get to do is go to breakfast after that.
Yeah.
Everything else is closed. You get your photos, and you go to breakfast that morning. That's it.
Nice.
When you wake up, the ship will be here. when you wake up.
Wait, can I ask what you did when you worked on the cruise ship?
I did it for 4 years. I was
what'd you do on
I
there?
started out as a fitness instructor, then I was a stage
No
manager,
way.
then I was the DJ, and then I was the assistant cruise director.
Oh my God! And you just learned each thing as you were on
Yeah,
there. You learned
they
the
promote
next thing.
within, so they hired me,
Wow.
and then they got me from to do one thing. Yeah,
Oh, that's
You
so
were like
cool.
the cruise director, like on the Love Boat.
assistant cruise director.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow, you have a lot of life experiences.
Yeah, like I said, I'm old.
I think it weighs like
Oh gosh, are we here?
Yeah.
This is it. Ah, exciting.
So there's a crosswalk right over there. See that person standing over there where that cone is?
Yep.
That's the crosswalk. You're gonna go over, you're gonna cross that crosswalk and you're gonna get on right there. So right now we're gonna give the porter's gonna take your luggage. You're gonna go on this sidewalk right here to that crosswalk and go in. And then when you get off the ship, you're gonna cross the crosswalk and you're gonna meet somewhere, I guess, between where that police car. The best place to do is the police car is always there. Just go right, wait behind the police car when you guys get off.
Okay.
Now, what about? Now it says we can't board until 12 o'clock. So
No, you're gonna be able to go right on the ship right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we just walk.
Yeah, the
over.
boarding times are just to make, like I said, they're just to make
Oh,
the
I
space.
thought they were strict about.
Nah, they don't even ask you when your boarding time is.
Okay.
All right, so this guy's gonna be your porter right here. And then see the crosswalk right here?
Yeah.
And those people are getting on right there. So when you get off the ship, you're gonna cross over here, and then you're gonna wait right here by the police car.
Beautiful.
And you text me
Thank
and,
you so
and call
much.
me when
Holy crap.
you're coming off the.
Thank God
Thank
we
you.
have you.
All right, so everybody be careful when you get off. Look, that you don't hit your head up here.
Yeah.
One second, let me.
Taylor, did you, Mom, did you get Max? Unlock Max.
You're gonna get off, so you're gonna stay right over here, okay? Stay, look down. Once again, everybody, watch your head. I got this.
Watch your head.
You forgot about Max.
Look down, look down.
K-bound. K-band